Hey, are you feeling negative? Very dark. And on top of that darkness and feeling negative, are you beating yourself up? I should do this, but I'm not. I should do this, but I don't want to. It could be worse, but it's not. I shouldn't feel this way, but I am. Things shouldn't be this way, but they are. I have no reason to feel negative, but I am. Some people have a lot worse than I do. So I shouldn't feel this way, but I do. I did it easy compared to most people. So I shouldn't feel this way, but I do. I should be grateful, but I'm not. I should feel grateful, but I don't. I should focus on the positives, but I don't want to. So we might have when we're feeling negative. In this moment, the moment we are feeling negative, we just see the dark side of life, of things. We don't see possibilities and solutions, and sometimes we don't even care or want to, and then we beat ourselves up. But instead of beating ourselves up and feeling even worse, how about just simply making peace with what is? Right now, I'm feeling negative. I don't need to try to change it. I don't want to try to change it. Simply, I'm going to make peace with what is. Hello, negativity. Welcome. Make yourself comfortable. Don't stay too long. Oh, better. Take as long as you need. Instead of beating ourselves up for the thoughts we have, how about just putting some distance? These are my thoughts. These are some of my thoughts. As a thinking machine, I'm capable of producing and thinking a multitude of thoughts. In the course of my life, I thought all kinds of thoughts. Good, bad, neutral, uplifting, negative. It's like a buffet, a little bit of everything. And depending on what I'm focusing and how things are going and the challenges, I'll see more of a certain kind of thoughts. Right now, I'm having negative thoughts. This is me having negative thoughts. I notice that I'm having negative thoughts. Good on me for noticing. And the reason I'm noticing is because I don't feel so good. So first I noticed that I was not feeling good. And then when I decide to analyze my thoughts, I noticed that my thoughts were not the most cheerful or encouraging or supportive or positive or uplifting. I noticed that I'm worrying about something I notice that I am expecting things to go worst and to always be like this or to get worse. And I'm also noticing that on my inability to cope and deal with it, which makes me feel even more negative. This is me noticing that I'm having thoughts of not being able to cope. It is what it is. It's not empowering. It is what it is. This is me expecting the worst. It's not good, it's not bad. It is what it is. Just a thought. This is me having critical and judgmental thoughts. I don't even know where they come from. Do they come from me, my family, strangers? Doesn't matter. They come and they feel as if it was my thoughts. Welcome all, take a seat. Welcome to the party. Have a say, have a stay. And when you had enough, then go and do something else. I'm going to be curious, accept it. I'm not going to fight and struggle and try to change. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm just going to sit back, relax, and get curious. This is me. I'm going to be curious on what kind of thought I'm going to have next. I'm curious as to what my next negative thought is going to be. I'm curious. Just curious. I'm not going to try to change it. I am not going to try to judge it or suppress it or hide it or transform it. I'm simply just curious. I wonder what my next thought is going to be. I wonder what my next thought is going to be. Welcome. I follow no thoughts. I just notice. And I take great pride in being able to be curious. I'm policing, not with the intent to judge, simply with the intent to notice. These are my thoughts. They come, they go. And I simply notice. I notice the urge, the impulse. And I just notice and get curious. What was that? I don't even know anymore. Doesn't seem to matter. I simply notice and get curious. And I wonder what the next thought is going to be. Do you want to bet what the next thought is going to be? How much shall we bet? I wonder. Oh, I'll bet that we don't even know what the next thought is going to be. Because right now, we are observing our thoughts. And when we are observing our thoughts, all we can think of is, I'm observing my thoughts. And there's a peace in observing our thoughts. Get curious, make peace. Sorry. I sincerely hope that you find a moment to make peace with your negativity. We all feel negative at times. There are moments in our day where the struggle is a bit bigger, especially bedtime and when we are tired, that we can alleviate the sensation. And also when we are more stressed, less rested, and have more challenges, and when not so many good things are happening. So we can feel those thoughts and feelings in a more intense manner. But at each time, at each moment, instead of fighting, we can just sit, welcome, get curious, and notice. Put a little distance between ourselves and the thoughts. Instead of feeling that we are the thoughts, we are this, whatever the thought is. Just thinking, I'm just a thinking machine that thinks different thoughts. And I take the time to notice and get curious. It's just simply for the purpose of finding a little relief, finding a little distance, finding a little peace, finding a little moment of neutrality. Well, from my heart, may you make peace with the thoughts you may have. And it doesn't matter if they're good or bad or neutral. It's just the thoughts. And thoughts come and go. They're fleeting. They're like clouds that come and go. The weather has all kinds of clouds. Big, white, heavy, dark. They come and go, and you don't put your fists up to the heavens and start fighting against the clouds in your day. You don't. You just accept, and then you address appropriately. You dress up appropriately. Okay, you might shelter. You might observe, you might appreciate, you might contemplate, you might ignore. So, do the same with your thoughts. Sometimes there's a time to address our thoughts and to pick a more supportive, encouraging thought. And when we can do that, we can live a more richer, more fulfilling life. And there are moments where that simply is not possible because we have too much momentum. So, going even simpler, if our energy levels are low, if we have too much momentum, simply observing, making peace with what is, and wondering what our next thought is going to be. Just getting curious. That's it. Simply being curious.